San Antonio is about to change in ways we've never seen before, with 6 new projects totaling $8 billion, completely reshaping the way our city looks. Most people are focused on the big, huge downtown mega project, which we're going to get into, but there are many others that are going to completely reshape property values for the entire area. We're going to talk about how the Pearl District is going to more than double in size, talk about the airport expansion creating 16,000 new jobs, but one that a lot of people aren't really talking about now is a project that is going to completely transform that San Antonio and Austin connection for the future of this metroplex. If you own a property in San Antonio or are considering moving here, this video is going to be incredibly valuable for you to know where the future of San Antonio is going. Let's start off with the big dog, and that is the Project Marvel project. It is the biggest investment that downtown San Antonio will ever have seen if this goes through. And this is a $4 billion investment. We're talking completely reshaping downtown. I mean, when you look at San Antonio as a whole, you're seeing, okay, the Riverwalk, Pearl District, Hemisphere. Think the attraction and everything that comes from all of that times 10. That is what Project Marvel will bring to San Antonio. The biggest attraction, of course, is the brand new stadium for the San Antonio Spurs, which have been playing just east of downtown at the AT&T Frostbank Center for decades now. Here's what the initial plans are. So first off, the Spurs Stadium would be built where the Institute of Texas Cultures is right now, and the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center would get massively bigger. And then another thing that's kind of cool, they're turning an old courthouse, the old courthouse, into a 5,000 seat music venue. But in my opinion, probably what makes this project so unique and makes it have such a huge impact for San Antonio is the bridge that they're expecting to be able to put over 37 and 281 right there. So for those of you guys that know San Antonio, it kind of splits downtown. You've got a lot going on that east side, but the highway kind of splits things up, and it makes it really difficult to travel across because most people aren't going to walk from one side of the freeway to the other. So this bridge is going to connect these two places. It's going to open up a lot more development opportunity on that east side of the highway where the Alamo Dome is at, where there's lots of other things located. So it's going to drastically expand the footprint and the walkability of this entire area. When you're looking at the overall residential impact, I mean, you think about neighborhoods like Dignity Hills, Denver Heights, Rulaca, like those kind of east side areas east of downtown. Like there's a lot of growth that's going to happen in those residential areas if this goes through. I mean, just think about, like I said, the walkability from those neighborhoods to get to this huge new complex that is going to be a national and worldwide attraction. So there was one economic study that I saw that said that Project Marvel would expect to provide 1,300 jobs to that specific area of San Antonio, with an overall economic impact of like just under $19 billion over 30 years and bringing in about $350 million in city taxes. So long term, of course, there's going to be a lot of changes from the traffic pattern changes, especially whenever construction gets started on all of this stuff. And that's to say we still have to kind of approve this entire thing. So the Spurs have signed a memorandum of understanding to proceed with this and have pledged quite a bit of money to put towards the new stadium. So it is moving along quite well, but it does take, the decisions to be made at the government level and the voters to be able to decide that they do agree, because there will be some minor tax increases to be able to fund this. And by the way, guys, if we haven't met yet, my name is Michael McCall. I run the Life and SATX home group here in San Antonio, and we're always talking about insider information about San Antonio and all the neighborhoods surrounding San Antonio. And I love to help people just like you find their perfect home here in this great and wonderful city that I have loved for my entire life. So if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I know a lot of you guys aren't, so make sure that you're hitting that subscribe button so that you're not missing any of these videos that we're talking about this stuff. So now let's get back to it. Not only is Project Marvel a huge project, the second biggest, especially in total dollar value, is the San Antonio Airport expansion, which is a $2.5 billion project. This project started actually back last year, where they started building the new Terminal C. We're talking an additional 17 gates and a 63% increase in capacity as it sits for the airport. 3 of those 17 gates are direct international flights, so you're going to be seeing a lot more international capability coming in and out of San Antonio. That means that there's a lot less connection flights that go from San Antonio to Dallas or San Antonio to Houston, and then you have to change planes and all that other stuff. It's more direct flights, which is going to be great. So Terminal C is the first phase. It should be done mid-2028. And when you look at the overall growth itself, so currently San Antonio Airport can hold about 10.7 million passengers per year. By 2030, the capacity is going to be up to 13 million per year, and then by 2040 2040, it's going to be 16 million per year. So we're almost doubling our capacity just in the next, 15 years, essentially. The economic expansion, of course, is going to be huge with a total, economic impact of about like $2.8 billion. But, and you're looking at tens of thousands of jobs potentially with this entire project. And speaking of jobs, this South Side transformation that we're going to talk about here in a second is going to bring hundreds and thousands of manufacturing jobs to the south side of San Antonio. One of the best parts about the airport expansion is that it was paid for by airport bonds and federal grants, so there's no taxpayer increase to pay for this specific project. And when you look at the Project Marvel and kind of what the airport is doing too, they kind of work hand in hand, because if Project Marvel goes through, think about that capacity in the next 15 years. I mean, they're expecting like 16 million passengers by 2040. I mean, San Antonio has always been known for tourism. There was almost 38 million visitors that came to San Antonio in 2023 that generated a little over $21 billion in revenue for the city. So, I mean, all of these projects, the airport expansion is going to increase the capacity. I mean, you want it to be comfortable to go through the airport to get to the city. That's what makes the overall experience more comfortable and more desirable for you to return to, because, the return customers is what gets you, So these first two projects were definitely the two most expansive and most dramatic projects that San Antonio is seeing. But let's talk about some of the more focused ones that are going to bring a bigger impact to our daily lives as San Antonians. So the next one we're going to talk about is the Pearl District expansion. So the Pearl District is set to double in size by 2026, and this is going to completely change that north downtown area. So if you're not familiar with the Pearl, there's an old brewery that was turned into big, kind of courtyard, mixed use, commercial, residential area that is really, really cool spot. You've got the Hotel Emma, which is a super luxurious hotel right there at the Pearl. You've got tons of some of the best restaurants and the best shopping in the entire San Antonio area here as well. The expansion is going to include 682 new residential units. You're going to be looking at a 166 room hotel that's going to be a lot more affordable than Hotel Emma, and 70,000 square feet of new office and dining space. The goal is for the expansion to not really take away from the Pearl as itself, because it serves 3.4 million visitors every year already. So they don't want to do anything to disturb that. So it's going to happen in phases kind of over the next 7 years. First one that has already been started is that new apartment complex, which will be called Cooper's Row, and it's a 263 unit development. And if you are thinking of moving to San Antonio, if you think this is big, make sure you stick around for when we talk about Mayfair, which is that huge development going up just down the road in New Braunfels. So for the average San Antonio resident, it does frequent the Pearl quite a bit, especially if you're going out to eat at lunch or just going out for a night out with your friends or your spouse. This Pearl expansion is going to increase traffic quite a bit. I mean, there's going to be so many more people that are down there, but there's going to be a lot more to do as well. They are promising to increase parking, maybe even adding some parking garages to make things a little bit easier, because as you and I both know, I mean, if you've been to the Pearl, I mean, parking isn't the greatest whenever it's super packed. Similar to what the Project Marvel will do to the downtown area south of the Pearl District, all the different residential areas, that are around the Pearl District, Tobin Hill, for example, are going to see a big bump whenever it comes to desirability, whenever it comes to this expansion. I mean, as everything kind of grows and create a ton more options for people that are looking to live in an area that is more of a true city center environment, it's going to create much more opportunities for the people that already live in neighborhoods close to the Pearl, and it's going to honestly change things quite a bit and give us more options as locals for places to enjoy, going out, hanging out, going out to eat, and just giving us a lot more options. So we're talking about a lot about the downtown area. A lot of people always talk about the north side as far as development goes and new things happening, but the south side is getting some love now too, thanks to a big investment in that area with Texas A&M University, San Antonio, and all of this industrial development that is happening around there. So Texas A&M San Antonio's economic impact has reached just under $300 million as of 2023, and I'd be willing to bet it has eclipsed that $300 million mark by now, especially with neighborhoods like Vida and all of these big manufacturing plants that are coming. In fact, the university president has said that this growth is just getting started. So one of the biggest developments is Vida. Vida is going to be a massive neighborhood with, you've got homes that are affordable homes at the $200,000 all the way up to $700,000, $800,000, $900,000 homes in this, multi-thousand home development that is going to be happening. There's going to be like a city center, town center here. You're going to have apartments, and it is right there next to Texas A&M University San Antonio, which has plans to be as big as UTSA in the very near future. There's going to be this new Texas A&M University San Antonio Regional Center that is kind of surrounding this area in like a 15-mile area, 15-mile circle around the campus, basically. So we've had Toyota for years, which has been huge for San Antonio, but Toyota has already completely dedicated an investment that they're going to be increasing their production quite drastically. You've got Navistar that is building facilities, JCB Manufacturing, very similar to Caterpillar. When you're looking at these manufacturing jobs, I mean, you just look at the 3,800 people that Toyota already employs and the additional 5,000 people that are employed in and around San Antonio to support Toyota. You're going to see a lot more people that are able to buy in these neighborhoods, whereas before they were having to buy in some of these kind of, lower price South Side neighborhoods. Now you're looking at, okay, it's not just the D.R. Hortons, Lennars, KB Homes that are building down here that, can build some of those more affordable homes. You're looking at Perry, you're looking at Highland, you're looking at Sitterly Homes. Now you've got that down on the south side because they see the growth. They see what's going to happen with this university and everything that's coming around it, from the hospitals. These jobs are going to create, the desire for people to move into these neighborhoods and be just a few short minutes of driving distance away from these areas. I mean, and you think about the potential future growth with additional shopping and restaurants and everything else. More people is going to bring more stuff and more desire and more entertainment and more retail, and like all these kind of things are going to start to pop up everywhere down there on the south side with all of this. And next up, we're going to go back to downtown San Antonio one more time before we head out just a little ways away from San Antonio to that Mayfair project. But the Monarch Hotel has been in development and been under construction since 2023, and it's part of the entire Hemisphere redevelopment area. So the Monarch Hotel is a 17-story, 200-room boutique hotel, and is actually scheduled to be done relatively soon in early 2026. They'll have a rooftop pool. It's going to have its own spa. It's going to have multiple different restaurants. Also includes 10,000 square feet of event space for additional conferences and bringing more and more visitors to San Antonio. Overall, the hotel is going to attract lots of people, locals just looking to do, kind of a staycation like you would at the resort at La Cantera or up at the JW or Hotel M or any of those types of places. You're also going to have an attraction for, business travelers for these conventions. You also look at just places to go out to eat too with this rooftop restaurant that's going to be there. So why I think the Monarch is kind of a important factor to talk about, and especially this Hemisphere redevelopment. I mean, you got the Tower of the Americas there, but San Antonio has always been a place where you come to for a lot of the history and just the culture that San Antonio has. I think this is the first step towards getting to a more desirable travel destination. So you think about all the neighborhoods that kind of surround that, from the King William District, Southtown, Jungali Hills, like I mentioned, Tobin Hill, Lavaca. I mean, all these different areas that are really close to this city center. Then you're gonna start seeing a lot more growth on the residential side as far as property values and just overall desirability. And just it's going to bring a lot more people as a whole to San Antonio because there's a lot more things and a lot more variation to do other than just going to the Riverwalk and seeing the Alamo and seeing the San Antonio missions, right? And this leads us to our final mega project on the list, and that is the Mayfair development on the opposite side of New Braunfels from San Antonio. So this is a project that I've talked about a lot on this channel and many other videos, and so you can look at any one of those and see see some more details on it specifically. Mayfair is a development that's going to have over 6,000 homes once it's all said and done, which includes townhomes, apartments, and single-family standalone homes. It's located right off of Interstate 35, which goes from San Antonio to Austin. So for those of you that have been paying attention, that Austin-San Antonio corridor has been labeled as the next big metroplex in the United States. So the ASA metroplex. So you think about the potential for this neighborhood and what it's going to mean to this area, and it is huge. It's already got its own elementary school. They're talking about a new high school that will go there in the future. In 2025, they open a fairway park and a bike pump track, which is new for me, but it's kind of like a skate park, but for bikes, I guess. And then you've also got a disc golf course that is there as well. And if you drive through there, you can see the beautiful homes that they're already building that people have already moved into. You can see the beautiful model homes from Perry Homes, Highland Homes, Toll Brothers. Coventry, to name just a few. They've already broken ground on the Midway Mayfair Amenity Center, which is going to be kind of the hub of this entire community. We're talking 330 acres of parks, 35 miles of trails, and they're also building a Costco in Mayfair. It's designed to be a unique, walkable neighborhood. Walk to school, walk to the restaurants and the parks and everything else that you could possibly need to live your life. With it being on that Austin side of New Braunfels, you're looking at a relatively easy commute to get into Austin, and then a not so bad commute to get into San Antonio. When you're talking about the school districts, you know, the New Braunfels school districts are always rated very, very highly. You've got the economic impact too of Mayfair is going to be very dramatic. It's expected to bring over 2,000 jobs to New Braunfels and increase the economy by $320 million. Talking about this development a little bit more too, and talking about the growth of this metroplex, this Austin San Antonio metroplex, it's expected to grow from 5.3 million residents to 8.3 million people by 2050. There will be challenges. I-35 is no stranger to traffic. I talk about it a lot on this channel, where I say I just can't stand driving on 35. I really try to avoid it at all possible. So you're looking at a lot of growth that's going to need to happen on 35, and Mayfair being right off of 35, that does pose some challenges. So if you are considering buying in Mayfair, just understand that you are getting in on the ground floor. So there's going to be a lot of construction you're dealing with, but the potential for this neighborhood is huge. So you're looking at a neighborhood that is going to be growing for quite some time and be a big part of this Austin San Antonio corridor. I want to give you guys another quick bonus project that has already been under construction for a while now, and that is the 1604 renovation there in San Antonio. So it's a $1.4 billion project that's going to increase the lanes from Bandera Road all the way over to Interstate 35 on that northeast side, going out to New Braunfels and to Mayfair, up to 10 lanes. And this is going to drastically decrease the drive times for those of you guys that are going from places like New Braunfels and need to get up to that north side of San Antonio by a dramatic amount. So you think going from New Braunfels down 35 and up that way, you're looking at an hour plus to get over there to the northwest side of San Antonio, but they're thinking this could cut that down by in half, maybe even more. On top of that too, the I-10 East and 410 interchange is getting $166 million revamp too, getting rid of all those cloverleaf intersections that are a nightmare for a lot of people. I know if you've been in San Antonio, you know what I'm talking about. Those cloverleaf intersections are not fun to deal with, and so we're not going to have to deal with that for very much longer. So here's the bottom line: with over $8 billion in investments coming to the San Antonio area in the near future, plus many, many more I'm sure to be announced in the near future, now is your time to act. San Antonio is a place that is going to grow like crazy. We are the underdog when it comes to the big metros in the Texas market. When you look at Austin, Houston, and Dallas, we have always flown under the radar, and we are always coming up and chasing from behind. But I don't know if that will happen much longer if some of these projects continue to grow San Antonio the way that they're projected to. Now, if you are interested in making a move to San Antonio, if you are considering it in any way, shape, or form, whether you're looking at moving in 2 days or 2 years, again, my name is Michael McCall, guys. I run the Life and SATX home group here in San Antonio. Would love to help you guys out. Please go in and schedule a call down there in the description below. You can also shoot us an email or give us a call directly, and we can help you guys out with whatever you need as far as making that move here to San Antonio. And if you are curious about a lot of these new construction home developments that are coming all over San Antonio, check out this video right here where I break down some of the best ones. And until the next one, guys, we'll see you there.